Hello, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, Influence of Change, Living Prosperous with Aisha B. I'm coming back because today is Friday, Fantastic Friday, and I wanted to kind of just bring forth some information and content on what I'm working on. One of the things I have to get used to is being more consistent with building my audience and, because I would like to get my message out, like, because it is something that has to be heard, worldwide. It needs to be known. And so that is one of the reasons why I always say despise not the days of small beginnings. Because you have to start somewhere. We all have to crawl before we walk, and we all have to walk before we crawl. And so, one of the things that I'm working on is like mainly bringing awareness. Like, that is the primary purpose, that is the primary goal of Influence of Change, is to bring awareness to domestic violence. A silence, a silent cause of death that happens like every single day, every moment, every minute. So it's like it's not a moment that passes. So some people are able to be fortunate enough and get out and get out alive, and then others are not. So, fortunately, God bless, I was an individual that went through domestic abuse and domestic violence, like for a good period of time. And as I continue to grow my platform and share along with my story, you'll get to know more of what's going on, because I just kind of plan to let it all unfold as we grow, as I grow. But I am a surviving individual, woman, mother, child of God, that went through domestic abuse and violence. So my main goal is to reach out and bring awareness to others, and so that way we can bring an end to this epidemic, because it's rising, and not many people really know or are aware. So that's why it's called silent. And then I'm actually working on the book, and the name of my book is called A Woman's Worth. Um, I've been working on it for a while, but I'm really, really, really trying to get it finished up, like in a timely manner. And I know that people say that we're not supposed to try to focus on more than one thing at a time, but that's kind of what I've been doing, and because I just want everything to kind of come together. But I will, soon to have it finished, and I've been working on that. So I can't wait to get that book finished so I can get it out and get it into the hands of the world, to bring more awareness and knowledge. It's a story about surviving and going through, and the effects, and like knowing who you are and knowing your self-worth, to know whether or not you feel worthy of that, because a lot of times we lose self-confidence, or some people, they never have it. It's all about control of the abuser. You know what I'm saying? So it's never the victim's fault, and sometimes people don't realize, because it may not just be a physical assault, it might not be a physical attack, but it may be a mental attack, it may be an emotional attack, it may be name calling, it may be belittling, it may be just doing some of what people call the most to make you feel uncomfortable and awkward, and second guessing yourself, wondering like, why me? Like, why do I have to go through this? You don't have to go through it. You honestly don't. There's economic where you're in financial strain. The abuser they'll take advantage of your financial situation if you're someone who doesn't work and they're the breadwinner, then they have control over you through finances. Or they could be the other way around where they're the mental and manipulative kind and they don't work and they don't bring any contributions to the table, but they'll manipulate and degrade and abuse you and take away from you out of your pocket, or keep you from doing. So there are many, many, many different types of abuse that take place every day throughout all nationalities, throughout all ages, throughout all sexualities. Like, it is no discrimination, and unfortunately, it's real. Like, I joined a Facebook group to try to to reach out and to see the different people that was going through, because like I genuinely sincerely want to help, and I'm trying to find my audience where I can get the message out there. So like it's a lot. Like, I'll go through and I'll read some of the messages, and it's just very disturbing and it's heartbreaking to hear some of the things that the people have gone through or are going through. Like, some of the things that I went throughout my situation, like some people probably would never even really believe like that I would be telling the truth. They would be like, are you serious? Like, or I would have been like gone or left, or I'd have killed the motherfucker, something like that, excuse my language, but something like that. But everybody isn't built the same. Everybody have to go through different things for different reasons. And I always believe that whatever you go through is to be able to help someone else. So whether if you're going through abuse, when you get through it and you become out a living testimony, the next person you're supposed to reach out a helping hand and guide them and help them and protect them along the way. Whether if it's coming through financial strain, like you were struggling from the bottom, now you're here. When you get there, the other ones that's coming behind you that's going through a financial strain and they reach out to you, you're supposed to reach back out your hand and you're supposed to help them, because we don't come through and go through this world alone. Like, nobody can make it alone. And so the goal of Influence of Change and Living Prosperous with Aisha B is to create a community of people where we're all able to work together and bring awareness. And I don't want to stay on here too long, but one of the things that I've kind of been studying and researching is the real estate investing. So my goal is to get knowledgeable and experienced at real estate investing, and then get into the market. But that will build me some long-term wealth. That'll be something to generate revenue and build long-term wealth, but also to obtain me some properties. I have to obtain properties to keep for myself, but not specifically for myself, but for influence of change. I have to obtain properties for influence of change. And that is where the temporary housing programs will come in, and some of them may in the future, once we can get our foundation built strong enough, it can become permanent housing for those who have, maybe, reached some type, because I want to grow. Like, I don't want to just be sitting here and just, it's nothing wrong with helping people out of my home, but it's just really not the typical thing. Like a lot of people think like, hey, you're crazy. But I have been blessed enough to have space enough to, help individuals all throughout my life. Like I've always asked God, Lord, please bless me to be a blessing to another. And so, as far as I can remember, that's always been the case. So, but I want to be able to expand. I want to be able to at least start with one home. Like, that's my first primary goal is to obtain one home aside from the house that I live in now with at least 5 bedrooms. At least 5 bedrooms, maybe 3 baths. Obtain one of those and use that, furnish that, utilize that for the home to help individuals, to help mothers, to help fathers, single mothers, single fathers that are going through a struggle, that need help, that need assistance, that can't seem to find a job, that can't seem to get the life together, that's coming out of a situation, that's been going through a situation and ain't found the way back on the feet yet, and they're going through a really tough time and they have no one to call on, no one to call. They're just out there, and the Lord has blessed me numerous and many of times to be able to open up my heart and open up my home. Now, all of them haven't been like the best situations, of course, but that's one of the main reasons why I knew, like, because I keep getting this type of feedback and knowing the things that I've went through, knowing the things that I've went through and how I had to come out, and then for people to be drawn to me no matter what form they're brought to me, whether they just wander up to me or somebody, blow, the wind blowing my way or whatever. But to know that, that's the type of people and this is the type of circumstances that I'm generally involved in, then, like I knew that and know that I have to, get the property. And so I've been, thinking, and it took me a while to get Influence of Change, LLC or whatever. So like I just prayed that it was, that it was my name. I had claimed it because, that's like, it's transforming. Like I went through some things and I had to make a change. I had to make a decision. I had to transform. I had to, do some things to be able to come out of the situation that I was going through. And once I was able to get out and saw myself clear, then every since, like, people have just been pouring into me, and like I don't really have enough volume to help all of the people that's out there now, the people that I want to help, but I do have a voice and I do have a platform. So that's why I'm using that to speak out, to bring awareness for those who may not know. And then once we get this thing started, then I get my place for Influence of Change, and we get one, we get two, we get three, we get them here, we get them there. But then it's a way to get people set up for success, set up for prosperity, set up for abundance, set up for life, set up for love. We as a people are divided as a community, and we need not to be that way. We need to come together, especially as women, especially as even black people. Like, I'm not a discriminatory person, but like, it's us that don't really pull together and lift one another up and share in what we've learned and what we've gained. Now, I know a lot of people say that if you get something for free, then you don't value it. A lot of people say, I've heard that for like years. And I'm saying to myself, well, I most definitely got to be some type of different individual. Like I never really classified myself as everybody else, but I value a lot, like especially if it's knowledge. Now, if you view me worthy enough to share some free knowledge, to share some free wisdom, wisdom is even better. If you view me worthy enough to share some free knowledge, some free nuggets, some free wisdom, then I'm most definitely, I'm going to take that and I'm going to use that and I'm going to savor that. Now, paying for stuff, of course, it does give people more, like I guess, responsibility, and they feel that, they'll take more pride and more joy in it. But I understand that, but I pride and take joy in free stuff too. I've learned some of my best lessons from free things, but I've had to pay for some things too, like education and all of that. But I just like this right here is a free platform, and I learned about it through a free source, which is this platform by just YouTube and everything. Anything you want to learn, anything you want to do, you just YouTube it, information, YouTube it, Google it, whatever it is that you want to do. But like you can't YouTube or Google your purpose or your mission or anything like that. You can probably try to seek, and find answers, to find ways to find, but that right there comes from within. That comes from you. So because like I guess this is probably like my this is this is gonna be my this is my Freestyle Friday video. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's my Freestyle Friday video. This backdrop here, we have a dove, we have a lion, we have the night skies, we have the ocean, we have a cliff, we have the beautiful colors, we have the moon, we have the stars. So it's just beautiful. He's sitting on the cliff there. Where did I get this painting? I had it customized for me. Mighty as a lion, gentle as a bluebird. That's how I see myself. The graces and the mercies of the Lord shining down on me, watching over me, keeping me safe, protecting me. No evil shall befall my dwelling. You gotta speak. Speak life. Speak life into your situation. So, that's just a part of like, anytime that's just like a part of me. Like that soothes, it calms. It's just something I hold dear and near. Just the thought of it. So, the young man who painted it for me, I told him what I wanted, and then he came up with, like, this is all of his artwork and all of his creation. But it's just my idea. Just my thought. Just of who I am and just how I feel. I don't bother nobody. Don't cause no troubles at all. Friendly ear to listen to. Shoulder to lean on. Gentle. Mighty. Strong foundation. Strong foundation. So, that's just a little bit like that. Like, that's like a theme. This is a theme here to me. So, I just kind of wanted to give an introduction to that. And his name was Freeman, Officer Freeman, because of course I'm a security officer and I used to work with him about a year or so ago, and I worked with him at a site, and he did artwork and he did this for me. So shout outs to Officer agreement. All right. And yeah. So before I go, is there anything else? Not that I can think of right now. I will be back. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, share. Get the word out. Get the word out, because I honestly want this to go like nationwide. Like, we have to bring awareness. We have to stop this. We have to make them take accountability for their actions and bring awareness to society. Like, it's too much going on in America. It's too much going on in the world for somebody to sit at home and get abused silently with no one to cry out for help to. So open up your mouth and spread the word. Share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your coworkers, share it with your old contacts that you forgot to delete. Just share it and share it and share it. Spread the word. We have to bring awareness and bring an end to this epidemic called the domestic violence silence. Pull together as a team. Pull together as a community. No discrimination. Until the next time, live prosperous.